Hi everyone, I am Aman Khare from Chhatarpur, Madhya Pradesh, and I welcome you all to my channel, and I hope you all are doing good. First of all, I would like to extend a big thanks to you all for watching my video and giving a good response to some of my videos. In the last video, I have already discussed my strategy for maths and reasoning that helped me crack CGL 2021. I have also uploaded some videos on the strategy of other two subjects, that is English Comprehension and GK. So if you have not watched any of them, you can watch it now. In this video, I will be sharing with you all 10 tips that really helped me in getting a very good score in maths and reasoning. So in reasoning in CGL 2021 Tier 1, I scored 47.5 marks out of 50. And in Tier 1 of CGL 2022, I scored 50 out of 50. And for maths in Tier 2 of CGL 2021, my score was 186.5 out of 200. And in CGL 2022 Tier 2, which held last month in March, I am getting full marks, so it is 90 out of 90. So these scores were actually because of the tricks and the tips that I actually use. So first and the foremost one is that you should avoid practicing offline. If you have gone through all the concepts and if you are clear with the concepts and formula of both maths and reasoning, you should switch to online preparation, because it will not only save your time but also help you gather speed, because the examination is also going to be in online mode. So the timer on your screen, when it runs, so your efficiency increase automatically. So please do not waste your time in practicing offline. Online is the better option, and it will definitely help you gathering speed, and also will help you managing your time. So the second one is, actually there are many questions in reasoning that are asked for alphabets, so A to Z. So there is a trick called E-J-O-T. So if you remember that E-J-O-T has E, J, O, T and Y, and E stands at 5th position of alphabet, then J stands at 10th position, O stands at 15th position, T is at 20th and Y is at 25. So you can remember E-J-O-T, which will help you get the number of the letters which are near to these letters. So E-J-O-T stands for E, J, O, T, Y, and 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25 are the positions of these letters in the alphabet set 1 to 26. So this will definitely help you remembering all the numbers or all the positions of all the letters in the alphabets. So this I used to solve many questions related to alphabet in reasoning. Now the third one is, there are some values like cos 75, sin 75. These are the values that I actually used to forget a lot, and every time a question would appear related to trigonometry in which these things are to be used, I used to be blank and I could not recall the value of cos 75 and sin 75. So I used to waste my time in calculating it through sin A plus B. So I used to put A at 45 and B 30, and I used to calculate sin 75 in this way. But I would recommend you all to just note these particular things which you always forget, and revise these things before every 7 to 8 tests. It will definitely help you in reducing the time that should actually be given to another tougher question. So kindly try to add these kind of values that you often forget in a page, and then revise them regularly. Now the fourth one is avoiding learning the shortcuts. So I am saying that please do not waste a lot of time in learning the shortcuts, because there can be the time when you will not remember the shortcut, because it is just a formula and it is just a learning. So please remember the concept In my case, actually, for example, for the topic compound interest and simple interest, there is a shortcut formula which is the relation between compound interest and simple interest. I used to, like, I have noted it in my notebook, but I always used to forget that while attempting the mock test. So this was the problem that I faced. I am not saying that you should totally avoid learning the shortcuts. Yes, there are some topics in which shortcuts definitely help, but also please keep the concepts in mind, because in case you forget the shortcut, concept will definitely help. What I used to do, I never took stress in learning shortcuts, because if you have practiced the same kind of question for about 20 to 25 times or more, I should say, then you will not need a shortcut, right? After practice, the time taken by the concept or the time taken by the shortcut will almost be equal. So focus more on practice rather than learning all the shortcuts for every type of question or every topic. So now next one is next one, actually fifth one, I would say, to monitor mistakes. So there are the questions on calendar. In reasoning, there are odd number of days from 1 to 7. I always used to mistake 1 for Monday or Sunday. Also for maths, there is this concept of similar triangles, and whenever the question would appear which needs the concept of similar triangles, I always used to get confused. So these kind of things I used to write in a separate paper. I will be actually showing these notes in the later part of the video. So just monitor your mistakes, the questions in which you are continuously doing mistakes. Next one is revision. So yes, revision of the formula is very important, because it will not only give you confidence for attempting the next mock, but also increase your score. So suppose you are doing some mistake in trigonometry for consecutively 7 tests, and you have written the formula but you have not revised it. In the 8th test again you will do the same mistakes. So just avoid committing mistakes like these. If you have the formula in your notebook, please revise it before attempting the tests. You can make it a routine of any number of tests and revise your formulae before going for the next test. This one was 6th one, and the 7th one is actually very important, analysis of unit tests. So I have told in my video that I earlier uploaded. So in test, while analyzing the question, you will see 3 types of times. One time is the time taken by you while solving the question. Another will be the time taken by the average number of students, and the third will be the time taken by the topper. So suppose I took 50 seconds to solve the question, and the average number of students have taken less than 50 seconds, then definitely I am going to see the solution, because there can be some trick or some formula that I did not use, but majority of students have used it. So there must have been something that can save my time. So in this case I will see the time, and if they have taken something between 50 seconds to 1 minute, then only I will see their solution, because I used to keep the window of 10 seconds. If they have taken more than 1 minute, then I will avoid seeing the solution of the question, because I have taken 50 seconds and they have taken the time which is more than my time plus 10 seconds. So this was my concept. You can use your window, you can use your time gap. Now the next one is 8th. So yes, so there are the tables of 16 to 30, or the cubes of 1 to 20, and squares of 1 to 50. So I had written all of these values, and there are the times when cubes and squares of 1 to 50 or 1 to 20 cubes are used in the questions of simple interest and compound interest. So these values actually help you, so you have to learn them by heart. You can note them down in paper and paste it at a place where you sit, so it will get in your memory. Now next is 9th one. So actually if you have had a good background of maths, and you have had a command over maths and aptitude and reasoning. So I would say, I would actually recommend that you should not waste time in going through any book that are available in market. You should just start with the test that is available in test series. So this is exactly what I did. I just went to test book, and there was a free mock test available at that time. I took that test, and I still remember that I was able to attempt 15 out of 20 questions, I think, in maths. So it will help you recognizing your weak parts, and you will not have to give your time to the parts that are already known to you, or to the parts which in which you are already familiar with, because the questions that are asked are up to of 10th standard, and they are easy to moderate ones. So I will say that skip the offline preparation if your background was good. Just start with the online thing, and it will definitely help you save your time. So yes, this was ninth one, and 10th one is the question saving one. I have already told the importance of saving the questions. So there are the formulae that you cannot note down, because there are some concepts which appear once in a blue moon. So you can just take the screenshot of these questions. You can save those questions, because saving the questions and visiting the saved questions library before the exams will definitely help you recollecting everything. So please start saving your questions, as this very good feature is available in test book. So please follow these things, and let me know if any of these tricks or tips work for you. I will be sharing my notes, and also show some tricks in the notes itself, because there were so many things that I could not cover while speaking here. Take a look on these notes, and thank you for watching. These are the notes, and this is the book that I used as a resource book. So reasoning and aptitude of Made Easy. This is my book, and the topics that are covered in this book are more or less same topics that are actually asked in CGL exam as well. So I just went through all of these topics once, and then I started with test series. So this is the notes in which I used to note down the formulae while attempting the unit test. So you can see here, these are some values that are often asked in many questions, and we often get confused while calculating them. But to avoid the confusion, I had just noted all of them here. So this was one thing that I was talking about. Another thing is the shortcut. So these are the formula of this kind of questions, and these formula I always used to forget. So I just remembered the concept by which these formula were derived. So you should also keep in mind the concept while learning the formula of every type of question. This is again one of the shortcuts that was available in the extra information part of the test series. Next we will go, yes, so some more shortcuts and some more formulas. So I used to make this star signature before every new concept that I used to write, and I used to note them down like this. So again, yeah, this one is also given in the test series, that these are the multiples of this number. Similarly, you can see sometimes solving the question of compound interest, I used to avoid these kind of values, but you can use 1.4 and 1.15 instead of using this. So I found myself comfortable while using these values instead of putting them like this. So this was my personal thing. So I just use these signs to remember how I'm going to do in exam. Similarly, some more formula. These are all formula that were there in the test series. Yeah, I was talking about this. This is the shortcut of one question, which is of speed and time. So I used to often get confused with this. So I would say that I had learned the concept so as to avoid the confusion of the shortcut. Next one is I was talking about tables. So 14 to 19 tables I had written. You can see all of them. These are more tables, but I think it is sufficient if you have learned till 19. These are very rarely used. Even I can recall that I did not learn all of them, but yes, I had written them. These are some more tricks and more formula. These are all in a random order because again these were from the test series and the pattern of questions were asked in test series. So this is divisibility rule. So divisibility of 7 was a tough one, so I had written it like this, but I don't think I have used it in any question because it was a tough trick. Yes, I was talking about this formula. This is the installment formula of simple interest. So sometimes you cannot rely on these kind of formula because if you forget anything of it, then you may lose your marks. So yes, these are the notes that I had made. So these were purely on the basis of the test series. This is a very rarely used formula, volume of frustum, but we cannot afford to not note them down. We should note everything down. I used to note everything down so that I should have the confidence of going through everything before the examination. And these kind of formula or notes, I should say, do not take much time also before going for the exam. So you can save your time by only noting down the formula that you actually forget. So this was maths. Now the reasoning part. So I was talking about this, that I used to make point of everything, that mistakes I actually do very often. So these kind of signs that you make, these matrix questions are also asked. So you can write the tricks for particular question. I was talking about this E-Jotty. You can learn them like this. Also you can use this E-Jotty. This kind of questions are also asked in reasoning sometimes. So this is younger names for all the animals that we call. So these are sometimes asked in reasoning as matching. These are the questions of calendar. This is a trick for learning the calendar, but I did not learn it because it was very confusing. Just go through the basic concept, and if you will keep practicing it, then definitely you will not need any shortcuts. This is the, I think these are very basic formula, but I think this was the beginning of my preparation, so I had noted all of them down. This is the concept of circumradius, circumcenter, orthocenter. You can make your notes like this. These are the capitals of some states because I used to forget them and they were asked in one question in reasoning once. So yes, these are the notes of again maths. I did not make many notes of reasoning. There is one more trick of mixture. So if you can remember these tricks, it is okay, but even if you do not remember, I would say if you will practice more and more, you will not need any shortcuts. Alright, so yeah, these are the squares I was talking about. So I had written till 50, even 60, but I don't I think I had learned till 50. And cubes, even if you learn till 19, it is sufficient. I had written till 29, 30, but they are rarely used in questions of compound interest. So yes, these are my notes. This is the cos 75 value that I was talking about. So yeah, I had written like this and made the notes. I have also shared the notes of other subjects and strategies of GK and reasoning as well. You can find them on my channel. I am also adding the link to those videos in the description, and I have also started solving some previous year papers of English. So I have already uploaded one video. I will be uploading more soon, so you can watch it as well. And till then, thanks a lot for watching the videos.